Hello there, welcome to the first video. We're going to take a look at the figure eight starting from 0. If you can already do this, then there's nothing more to see here. Move along. If not, if you want to build up to that, work it out a little bit better, then let's follow along. We're going to start out pretty rough, and then we'll smooth it out a little bit later. Go ahead and take whatever you're using. I'm going to start with a Iaido sword. It's not a real sword. It's not sharpened, just for practice, for doing kata and such. For right now, let's start out imagining you have an edge, and start from your right shoulder and cut across. Then bring it up to your left shoulder and cut across again. All right? Once more. Right shoulder, cut across. Left shoulder, cut across. Don't worry about footwork right now. Just stand comfortable, relaxed stance. About shoulder width apart is fine. We'll look at footwork later. There will be other videos coming up. Again, from the right shoulder, cut across. Left shoulder, cut across. Right, cross, bring it up to your left, cross. So you're cutting in like an X pattern here, okay? So just imagine cut. From your right shoulder, your hand will go pretty much to your hip. The blade will go from your shoulder down toward your feet, up, and same thing other way, up. 1, 2. 1, 2. So now we're going to add a wrist roll on the right side. To do this, just let the saber tip down. Keep a nice loose grip with your hand. Notice palm up. I'm only holding it here. And then roll it up, okay? So keep a nice relaxed grip on your saber. Just let the saber tip down over your hand. Clip it in your thumb. Let it hang, that's fine. It'll be easier if you keep the momentum going. But from there, just tilt your hand back a little bit toward your elbow and roll it up. So let it fall forward and roll it up. Let it fall, roll it up. Again, use a little momentum. It'll help. Just get that wrist roll going. Forward, loose grip, just holding onto it with the thumb. So I'm starting from up, straight up and down, going palm up, and just letting it hang off the edge of my hand. Right? And then I'm going to turn out toward my elbow, and as I do that, I'm going to start turning my hand back, straight up and down, let it fall forward, angle it out, and back up, forward and out, forward, roll out, up and down. Just keep it rolling. Go ahead and loop that back on itself a few times. Just let that wrist roll happen. Now, we're going to incorporate that wrist roll into our cross pattern. So, start out, same thing we did before. Right shoulder and cut across. Up to your left shoulder. Now, as you come back, instead of cutting, let the saber fall forward. Notice I'm palm up. I'm pretty much pointing straight ahead here. Let it loop down with that loose grip and loop it back around. So cut down, bring it up to your left shoulder, let it fall forward and loop up. Just use the momentum on that. So cut across. This is almost like a downward backhand motion. And letting it loop. 1, 2. Stay loose. Don't tighten up, it's gonna make it really hard. So stay loose, stay relaxed. Let your shoulders flow back and forth with it a little bit. So back and forth. Okay? And then just start to make the arm motion a little smaller. Bring it in a little tighter. So you don't have to come all the way up here and cut across, all the way up here and down. Just keep it a smaller motion here. once you're comfortable with that, try doing it walking forward or walking backward. Don't worry about turning, we'll get to that later. Forward and back. And there we go, figure 8 starting from 0.